properly maintenance and a properly set up and tuned rotary is just as reliable as, you know, your RB or a 2J and stuff like SR. I would say the most common misconception is that all rotaries are unreliable. That's not
horseshit.
No, that's not the case. There are some rotaries that have been designed and that have unreliable tendencies for sure. Like the first gen RX-8s or Series 1 RX-8s did have some issues in manufacturing that or when they were trying to also reach the EPA compliant stuff, that made it more difficult to make a great engine, right? So it's just like anything else. It's like you could be a great athlete, but if I say you have to run with your mouth closed or your nose pinched, right?
Good luck.
it changes the competition
Absolutely.
a little bit. But it's just like now I won't say don't get it wrong. Like I own a shit ton of rotaries, but I own a lot of piston engines too. And by design, yes, the piston engine has stood the test. The test of time, and it is a lot more simplistic setup far as like just the quality, right? When it comes to performance, but properly maintenance and a properly set up and tuned rotary is just as reliable as, you know, your RB or a 2J and stuff like SR. Yeah. And every engine has their innate flaws, right? So like with Series 1, when they designed the Series 1 RX-8, they had 2 oil squirters in each housing. Not to nerd out or anything, but basically what that did is that sprayed oil on the left and right side of the rotor housings, but the center never really got oiled as much. Yeah. So in the Series 2, like 2008 or 9 and up, they added a third oil squirter per housing, and it had allowed a lot better lubrication and less premature failure of the apex seals. That's cool. And so little stuff like that. So yeah, you could technically say, yeah, the Series 1 was less reliable. It was, but it was a design flaw that could be easily fixed, right? So you could have a Series 1, you can add a third oil squirter, or you can switch to Series 2 housings. But yeah, just like the SR, everybody knows about rocker arms, right? Oh yeah. But that's not a hard fix either, right? So you could have a doweled pin SR head like the VVL setups, and you can rev them to $9,000 with a proper setup, and they're monsters. So it's just like anything else. They've got their pros and cons, but I think the biggest misconception, if it's a rotary, it's shit, right? It's like this one, like I built that, like I told you, I built that car, bought in 17, got it here in 18, built it in 18, did my first event at Pikes Peak. So you got to imagine I did Pikes Peak, Sebring, Road Atlanta, Barber Motorsports several times, AMP, and then anybody to tell you that see me drive this car on the tollgate will tell you I beat the shit out of that car. So, and same engine. I mean, I've probably got, since I built that engine, 140,000 miles, and a lot. And then, those aren't cruising miles. It's not a car you're just going to go around and cruise and go to the McDonald's.
No, you're beating the dog shit out of it.
Yeah, because I'm a big guy, so it's not a car I want to get in just to cruise around in. I want to get in there and have some fun, get some blood moving. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the biggest one. But it's like and I know a lot of guys love the rotary stuff. You won't find a guy that won't tell you that the FD is one of the most timeless looking cars, right? Absolutely. It's a beautiful car, whether 100%. You like rotaries or not, whether you like Mosses or not. So
I would argue FC looks better. That's my own opinion. Y'all are probably gonna light me on fire for that, but
I love the FC too, and like I said, I chose it over the FD to road race. I love FCs. The only thing about FC is, like stock for stock, I think the FD looks better. But if you kit up and clean up an FC, and you do it right,
true.
I'll
let you have that one. Absolutely,
yeah. Like modify like properly modify, and I'm old school, like when it comes to styling and stuff like that. So, but like properly kit it, properly tire tuck kind of deal on the FC, unbeatable. Especially in a red, yellow, or white, they're nasty.
Yeah.